Hello everyone, welcome back to live at not even close to 7:05, but we're here. We're still live.
Serving people though.
Yeah, some latecomers, which is great because they're healthier now. So if you read the little description for this video, this is part one of a new series that we are doing. The main umbrella title is we're looking at really the right way to go about losing weight, losing fat, sustaining it, and gaining health in the process. So my question of the day, whether you're watching this live or you're watching it after the fact, please leave a comment below on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you're watching us. Leave a comment and let us know as the new year rolled in, or even before the new year started, did you start a new weight loss program, a new diet, a new exercise program, anything new like that? Just comment yes or no. If you care to add more to it, like what you're doing to improve your health this new year, you can write that too. But at least for starters, just comment yes or no.
Yes, or January 22nd, and I think based on historical readings, I think a lot of people have already given up on their resolutions or fell off the wagon with their diet. So the timing is good. To help kind of reorient you and get you back on track. But tonight we're
on a better track, probably.
Yes, much better track, because tonight what we're gonna tackle is really one of the age-old myths of fat loss and weight loss.
That's in the description too, so they know.
And so we're gonna kind of dispel some myths and get you out of that, so you're not going to continue to follow that path, because it leads to a very unhappy and unsuccessful result.
Mm-hmm.
So
dive right in.
Dive right in. Okay. So this may sound controversial, but it's the truth. Weight loss is not about calories. It's not a calories in versus calories out issue. It's not an eat less, move more issue. It's not about calories at all. Weight loss is a hormone issue, and specifically, it's an insulin issue. Sugar drives issues, so too much sugar and too much insulin. So all the conventional methods of weight loss that people have used over the years, whether you're talking Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, and even the meal plan packages, and many other, diet books and so forth, all kind of come back to calories and reducing your caloric intake, and X number of reduction will lead to X amount of weight loss per week or per month. And yes, people can have some success early on with that, but typically, and some of you may have experienced this, you may have even gone through this a number of times in your life, where you cut out the calories. I kind of affectionately refer to it as the saltine diet, where people really go radical and just cut out massive amount of calories, and they'll lose some weight quickly, but your body's metabolism will reduce to match that calorie intake. So eventually there is a plateau there, and then any change in your dietary habits, generally they start gaining weight back again. Plus they kind of get what we call soft skinny, where they're not fit or lean, they're just a softer, smaller version of themselves. So it's not a healthy approach, because you're not getting at the root cause of why you've developed weight loss resistance and an inability to lose weight. So
the end goal for us is never to help someone get skinny.
Right.
I know there's a lot of people out there who that is darn well the end goal. We want you to have an optimal body composition, which should be lean and strong and fit and capable, and take you through many, many more years to come resisting disease and chronic illness. So we're always about longevity. Whatever we can do to help you gain health, gain healthy cell function in the process, that is key. It's not about getting skinny, solely getting skinny.
Yeah.
If your body's optimal body composition ideally should be smaller, or at least in certain places smaller or leaner, or in other places big and brawny, well then that's what we help create through health enhancing strategies. Not about skinny.
And so the weight loss program we use, and if you do choose to go a certain route, it should be something that's sustainable. that you don't have to stop. You can continue doing it because it's healthy. It's a healthy approach. So let's step back a second and we're going to talk about insulin. Okay, so if you took a type 1 diabetic, type 1 diabetics don't produce insulin, or they don't produce enough insulin. So for them, insulin is actually life-saving. It was amazing when they discovered insulin, the lives they could save. But if you have a type 1 diabetic, they can virtually eat as much as they want and they will not gain a pound of weight or a pound of fat. Now, if they're taking insulin, and they can attest to this, they've got to watch their dosage, because if they get it off a little bit, they'll start to gain weight. But they can eat as many calories as they want, and they won't, because they don't produce insulin. Now, a surefire way of making somebody fat, 100% guaranteed, is put them on insulin. Give them insulin. Guaranteed, they'll start to gain weight and gain fat, because insulin is a storage hormone, and it stores sugar as fat. So it's not about calories. It's a hormonal issue. So the first step is, adopting a diet that's low in sugar, low in refined carbohydrates, insulin friendly, so that your blood sugar reduces, your insulin reduces. Now you can start tapping into the fat stores in your body to lose weight. Well, really, we want to lose fat. The weight's going to happen, but we want to lose fat. We want to maintain lean muscle. The whole concept of calories in versus calories out, that method has been studied for decades, hundreds if not thousands of studies, never has been repeatable, reproducible, or consistent, whether it's putting weight on somebody or if restricting calories, losing weight. Never been consistent, never been repeatable. It doesn't work. Okay, so stop doing that, stop starving yourself. Focus more on the quality of the foods and reducing the sugar and refined carbohydrates. That's going to lead to much better success. Again, unfortunately, that's what's recommended in almost every conventional program. So anything else you want to add on that?
I mean, if it truly worked, you would never have an issue with weight gain ever again. If that approach worked, you'd never gain the weight back. And we know that that's not the case for the vast majority of people who have weight issues.
So another thing about calories, your body does not have a single calorie receptor. Your body doesn't know what a calorie is. The calorie is a man-made unit of measurement, and it varies greatly within food groups. So we kind of break down the macros to proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, and they have certain many calories per gram, and that's not true either, because it can vary 20 to 30%. So you might think you're reducing down to like a 1,200 calorie day when you could be consuming 1,500 or 1,700 or 900 or 800 based on the foods that you're eating. So that's not solid numbers. Those aren't reproducible numbers. But the first thing is your body has no idea what a calorie is. It's not there to burn calories. It's there to nourish your body. It's there to create a metabolism. So don't focus on the calories. Focus on the foods you're eating. If you are one of those people who has been struggling, losing weight, have just developed a resistance where no matter what you try, you're not losing the weight. There's some other factors that can come into play here, and we're going to touch on some of those through this series. But the program that we use and we've been using for years works great, very successful, very safe. People enjoy it. They're not hungry. It's easy to follow, and it works like gangbusters because we're really addressing the core issue, which is insulin. Mm-hmm. And that's how you're going to get success, and that's not just for weight loss, but your health is going to thrive immensely. Yeah. And
in all fairness, do they absolutely need to do a program to figure out how to be more insulin friendly?
No, that's why we're doing this series. We're going to teach you a number of things. But some people, they need some coaching, they need some hand holding, they need
and there's more issues going on. If you're already fully into hormonal resistance, then you're going to need some help breaking through some barriers. But generally speaking, the advice that Dr. Mark gave a few minutes ago with refined carbohydrates, getting those out of your diet,
right there.
That's the most important thing that you could start with.
Yeah.
And stop looking at the calories. Stop trying to starve yourself.
And don't be afraid to eat good fats. Eating good fats doesn't make you fat. It actually helps you burn fat.
Yeah, and we've said it here before. We never want your focus to be on eating less per se. Instead, focus on eating less often.
Yeah.
That's something that we have talked about before and we will talk about again in this series. So it's a mindset shift, because that is not the message you hear in mainstream media, mainstream doctors' offices, and that's why we have such a huge weight issue.
We got to start with, it's not about calories, it's a hormone issue, it's about insulin. Bottom line. Cool.
All right, see you next time.
Week.